So sometimes the game just forgets. Yeah, Sneak King in a nutshell. Here we go again. Time for Tubby Bye Bye. I don't know. That being said, I think one of the most innovative and interesting soundtracks I know of is definitely the Earthbound soundtrack. A lot of people, yeah, it's hit and miss. Some people think it's overrated. Some people think it's not. It has a lot of really academic elements within it, which I'm okay with, being an academic myself when it comes to music. Um, but it's not too academic. You know, there's a fine line between something sounding educated and something sounding pretentious. I guess you could say. I actually haven't listened to the soundtrack of Type Zero. That's interesting. Thanks for bringing that up. I'll do that. My favorite Koji Kondo soundtrack, without a doubt, is Majora's Mask. I mean, I find his melodic material to be very good all the way throughout. You know, the Mario games, obviously. I mean, it's prolific. You know, but I find Majora's Mask to just have the most emotion in it. Like the little special element of music that doesn't exist in a lot of music seems to exist within the music in that game, in my opinion. Not even Ocarina of Time fully captures whatever emotion you would call that, at least musically. Not a huge fan of the Chrono Trigger soundtrack, actually. I mean, I really like it and I really respect it, and it's a great soundtrack, but it's definitely not my favorite. I actually highly prefer the Chrono Cross soundtrack over Chrono Trigger. Not even a question in my mind about that, actually. Um, I actually really like the Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 soundtrack. Not a fan of... Well, I haven't really intensely listened to the others, but 1 and 2 I really enjoyed. With the exception of the Disney remix music, obviously. The Chrono Cross soundtrack is just phenomenal, dude. The Pokemon Gold and Silver soundtracks are very good. I really liked Red and Blue and Yellow, but something about Gold and Silver really gets me. Particularly the one I am the most in love with is National Park. The track for National Park is just nuts. Like it, so well constructed. The Silent Hill 3 soundtrack, that's my favorite Silent Hill soundtrack. It was really good. Not a huge fan of the Resident Evil soundtracks. I hate, with a passion, the Devil May Cry soundtracks. It's just like rock, 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 killing demons, rock. Which, I don't know. I find it to be highly unsubstantial, at least in my opinion. Dude, I'm a huge... You don't even understand how big of an FF fan I even am. The Type Zero has been on my list of things to do. I own almost every single FF. I'm only missing a couple that are out in the US at least. And all of them are boxed and complete. And I mean literally all of them. I'm kind of a weirdo in that aspect. I'm missing both versions of 13.3. I'm missing the new Theathrim game, which I don't know. And then I'm missing the Vita version of 10 and 10.2 HD. And then I guess Type 0 once it comes out. So I didn't get the extremely quick cycle on that one particular challenge. But that's okay. It still ended up being faster than it normally is. So I can't really complain. It's normally... I probably saved still 6 or 7 seconds on it as accustomed to like 8 or 9. So... No gripes there. I'm okay with losing a bit of time. Gives me something to improve on later, I suppose, when I find even faster strats for some other things. This run overall has been pretty okay. I'm satisfied with it though at the moment. It's just a matter of what happens in the challenge after this one that is gonna make or break the run. I actually haven't really listened to the new DK soundtrack with David Wise. I really enjoyed his work though in the other Donkey Kong Country games, but I haven't actually really looked into. I'm assuming you're referring to Tropical Freeze. All right. So at this moment, all we can do is kind of hope for good luck. It doesn't look like we're gonna get it. We didn't. That challenge can be done a lot faster, but I'm going to keep going for now just because I'm curious to see if I actually manage to save any time regardless. Okay, I'm okay with that. No rush here because I'm waiting for him to get to a certain point in his cycle anyway here. Interesting. Okay, so I could save probably an extra 10 or 15 on top of that with a really good combo, or a really good chain count challenge. So now we get to find out if there are any major differences in cul-de-sac between the 360 and original Xbox, because I've barely looked into this at all. As a matter of fact, I haven't looked into it yet. So we'll see what happens. I already saved quite a few seconds on load time. Hope for the good cycle here. Okay, we didn't get it, but that's okay. I can make it work. There's some. I mean, they've cut out a couple small things, like musical things, some sound things, just to save space on this version. The biggest difference, though, is load times. The load times are actually faster on the original Xbox, which completely caught me off guard in every sense of the word, because I was like, what? It doesn't make any sense that the load times will be any faster on an original Xbox as accustomed to a 360. Like, it literally makes zero sense. The biggest fear I have at the moment is that some of the challenges are going to have different goals, which I don't think they would do that between versions. If they did, that would be really stupid. Because, like I said, I haven't went through and tested cul-de-sac fully yet. The graphics are a little grainier in this version as well, just because it's on the original Xbox, you know. Like I said, there's not any huge differences, but speed-wise, I'm pretty much convinced that this is the faster version, which is really, really unexpected. That challenge went pretty well. That could have went better, but it could have went a lot worse. What you have to hope for is that you don't get screwed over with the cycle on the next one, and the one after it even. This run's going pretty good, though. One difference that I think exists in this version is that the NPCs seem to move faster or something. I don't really know. It's kind of hard to explain. Okay, so we got biffed there just a tad. Normally she comes around the house already hungry, but that happens on the 360 version as well, so I'm thinking that that was just kind of a small programming fluke, just in general with the game. Okay, we got her first, which is what we wanted. Cool. Not bad. Done with that challenge. That's probably the fastest I've ever pulled that off. I got very lucky with her positioning, because it can vary. Her positioning there. She's always standing in the same place, but where she's looking is RNG, and I got pretty darn lucky. This challenge here is going to be another Telltale event here. This is probably world record pace, yeah. Most likely. Ooh, that's weird. He normally doesn't get hungry till 1:45. I've never seen him get hungry earlier, ever, so I'm not sure what's gonna... Okay. I'm not sure what's going on. This could be a good or a bad thing. Improv struts? Literally? So far, this is nuts. I've never seen like this stuff be so close together, physically and like programmatically. This is kind of strange. So Postman should be next. Oh no, this guy even closer though. Almost missed the flourish though. Glad we didn't. Interesting. That was really good. It could have been worse, and it probably, sadly, could have even been a little bit better, but that wasn't horrible at all. Yeah, I can't argue with that. That was pretty good. Okay, this challenge is going to do something different to me that I haven't seen yet. So now we're really, really improvising. That last challenge I always kind of know. I always kind of know that things are going to get weird because it's RNG mostly. This one is not normally, and it's doing something different, which means it might be programmed differently. We'll find out though. Okay, I accidentally done a flourish level 3 there, which isn't good, but it could be worse. There's 3 challenges left, and unless there's a programming difference between them, between versions, we should be heavy on pace for world record. So far, still good. This one started off how it's supposed to. So, oh, thanks, man. Thanks, yeah, thanks for catching the run at AGDQ as well. It was a great time. I need yellow. That should finish the challenge right there. Should. Beautiful. That was really, really good. Just 2 more challenges. The last one is the hardest, unfortunately. Not the hardest, but it's the easiest to mess up, if that makes any sense. We are well on pace for a world record at the moment. Not going to get nervous, though, because I never know what's going to happen. Exactly. Never know what's going to happen. Exactly like that. He's supposed to get hungry, and he did not. I can't control that. So now I'm improvising on a challenge that I should not improvise on. Okay. I've kind of memorized certain things. Well, I mean, I've memorized the pretty much the whole game, but there's just certain things that don't really... that kind of always happen fully. That's the best way to explain it. Okay. I mean, I've done better on that, but given that something unexpected happened, that was a really good recovery. Oh, sweet, this NPC's screwing out over here against the fence. Ha ha ha. Alright, this challenge is really hard, so I gotta focus. Cool, we got him. Okay. We're basically there, guys. This could be the run. And it could still be improved upon as well. But that was the worst possible thing that could have happened. Okay. Yeah, the NPC was doing the exact same thing. But good news, guys. Guess what? I may have finally done it. Hold on. Come on. Sub 18 world record. Cool. That could be improved by over 20 seconds. Easily. That last challenge alone, I had a several second error there. There was one challenge in Sawmill that could have been better, and there's another challenge in Cul-de-sac that could have been better. Still a pretty good run. I'm glad to have that world record back, though. Yeah, sub 18 though was like almost an impossible goal in the 360 version. The fact that I managed to get it pretty quickly on the original Xbox version yields some pretty interesting things in the future for this game, because now I'll be able to grind it down even more. Just wow, that's pretty cool. I can save probably close to 20 seconds on I can